hear people like. People don't automatically associate London with fucking heroin.
Okay, everyone, welcome to the stream. It's normal Curse of Strahd today. We're continuing where we left off with Traxa asleep and trying to help a fugitive out. Or to be fugitive, I guess. We'll see how it goes. It should just be a couple hours, and hopefully make it through a little side quest here.
Are we waiting for anyone?
I think Joseph went to put his laundry in or something.
I'm back.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like 3 feet behind me.
Oh, thanks for the clarification.
Right. So, several things happened last time. So, to start with, you were in the pub drinking, and you were asked by Mark, or is Mark, which is his actual name. Oh, sorry. I'm going to have to change that. My screensaver comes on my laptop every 10 minutes now because work asked us to do it. And it's stupid. And it's really annoying. So it's now an hour. There we go. So Mark asked you to help his sister, who has been pursued by a vampire. And the house has been kind of under siege repeatedly. Julian then spoke with the 3 ladies in the pub who were quite snooty. They'd been kicked out of the Vistani for trying to drown someone. And he got a bit of information about the area. Then you met Ismark and Irina at the burgomaster's house. Traxa was drunk at this point and made a sandwich and then fell asleep on the floor. Quinn accidentally revealed to Irina that she's adopted, and that obviously upset Irina. And then Viv checked the burgomaster's body but didn't find anything unusual. And you kind of decided that in the morning you would take the burgomaster's body to the church to be buried, so that you can then help Irina find somewhere safe. Unfortunately, Traxa won't wake up, and you can still change this, but Ash and Vivian are keeping watch because Ash is trying not to sleep. Everyone else decided they would go to sleep. So, is there anything any of you would like to do before you turn in for the night, or you take watch? Or if you want, you can change who's taking watch and sleeping or whatever.
Are we on which simultaneously, or are we doing it in shifts? So it's Viv and then Ashy.
I thought you guys would maybe do it together, and
Yeah,
then
I think it was together.
Okay, yeah. That's
just
that's
to
what
make
I
sure,
that's what I thought, but I wasn't entirely sure. And then, are we the only ones taking watch the entire night, or are we just shift 1?
I think it's shift 1.
Okay. Are we just skipping that, or is this opportunity for us to get to know each other? I just don't want to bore everyone else by having like a 3-hour-long conversation and then.
As if Vivian would talk to Ash.
But also, it wouldn't be boring if you wanted to roleplay and stuff, because it's interesting to listen to other people roleplay and like get to do character interactions and stuff.
Yeah.
You think that, but does everyone else think that?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. That's what
Is
we're here
everyone
for.
Okay.
If I wanted to read Curse of Strahd, I'd just read it.
No, I am only here for combat, which is why I made a bard.
I have a coworker who says that. He's like, I hate D&D because of the role playing, and I'm like, yeah, that would do it for you.
I mean, I wouldn't play D&D if it was just the combat.
Yeah. We want to know like everybody's characters and stuff. That's the most fun part of it.
Muted the wrong one. Sam,
Okay,
Sam,
so
you always
where are
catch
we
me with
sat? Are we
not
well?
having
Are we
my
sat
question of the day
at the
updated.
same place, or are we giving like watch at
Probably need
different
to
like
make a
sides of
to-do
the
list of
house?
things before hitting that live button.
Because I guess that would impact the ability to communicate. But I do have message, so it doesn't make it impossible, and it's a cantrip, so I can cast it at will.
Well,
And
okay.
it's gonna be a real
I'm
simple one
sat at
today.
a window waiting for you to say something because
Vampire
I don't
or
have
werewolf?
message.
It's the new one.
Okay, so
I think
I'm minding my own
Which one do you
business.
prefer, or which one would you rather be? If they were real, which one's scarier? All of it.
there was like a main window upstairs, right? Wasn't there like a big bedroom with like windows that kind of like looked out to everything to where the wolves normally come from?
Yeah, so there's a big window in the main bedroom that looks out front.
Yes.
You can only really look out upstairs because the windows on the ground floor are all boarded up.
are there any windows facing like opposite directions?
Yeah, so probably like a front main bedroom and then a back bedroom.
Okay, so it's a big house, so it's not like all the windows are in the one bedroom.
Yeah, it's a mansion.
Okay. Friggin' mansions.
Different tax bracket.
Is it like Luigi's mansion? Or is it a bit more fancy?
I haven't played Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, well, the vampires have already found Elliot.
In their universe, Julian is Strahd or Elliot.
Have you ever just become your character?
I mean, none of you know me, other than Sophie know me outside of this. I could well be.
Mm-hmm. All the Julian portraits
The
are just
conversation right now
self-portraits
is
of Elliot. I confirm.
the Julian's player said that there's people taking photos outside of their house, and they
It
just
would
keep
be
looking in the window and
incredibly
staring at
funny
them.
if Elliot just
And,
acted exactly like
Quinn
Julian.
responded with a certain dominance, take photos of them.
I mean,
So that's what
okay,
the discussion
maybe
is stemming
minus
from.
the Tory, but
I think if I did, you'd be justified in kicking me out of a D&D group.
Please come into work one day and just act like just RP Julian the whole time.
It's gonna make my new work persona, Julian. I think that can go down great.
it's a good way to
No,
break
sorry.
the ice, I guess. Just be someone else. So what do you make of all of this? Vivian says to Ashi. I guess, you know, we're in different rooms, but we like periodically come and talk to each other, discuss what we've seen. Just because it seems dumb and boring otherwise if we don't do that.
Well, I couldn't tell you. It's kind of my first time being stuck in a cursed forest with vampire overlords. Apparently.
Yes, I forget that not all of us make a habit of doing this. Yeah, regular basis. No, but still, it's still very strange, isn't it? This mysterious Strahd character, if he is the one that whipped us away to this realm.
Well, what I want to know is why me? Why any of us really? I don't know. Maybe you have some skeletons in your closet, but I I have absolutely nothing to do with any of this, as far as I
There we
can.
go. Fixed it. As
Oh,
far as I'm concerned,
I'm
the
not sure if
preferable
any of
one
us in
to
particular were
exist.
targeted, or if we just happen
It
to be in
depends
the
on
wrong
which lore
place
we're
at the
going
wrong
with. I
time.
think vampires tend to be a little more
I guess it would
controlled.
seem that way.
They always depict werewolves as like
It's
not
not
having as
like
much control over their wolf form.
Bit of a
And would I prefer someone just sneaking in the middle of the night and biting me a little bit, or like
random group
someone going on a rampage? I probably
that
just
kind of
prefer the
peek around the
little
corner and
bites.
look at
But that's
like
just me.
everyone else. Give him a bit of the like stink eye.
They're sleeping.
Yes, I know.
Ashiok is a I watch you while you sleep.
Why are you acting like that? That's the strangest part of all of this. I mean, I have to make sure they're still there. The little tiny one, she just passed out all of a sudden. So who said that they're not going to start sleepwalking and start moving?
Out or passed away.
I don't know, Vivian.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
Sam,
Viv
what's your
smiles a little
reasoning
bit,
for vampire then?
like kind of funny.
Ashok seems to be genuinely slightly distressed. So, anything out here? You see anything?
Wow. Do we roll a perception check to see if we've seen anything, or
Roll a perception check, and I'll tell you whether anything gets noticed.
17?
Okay. Dan?
Is that sorry?
Could you both make one, please?
Oh.
Sorry. Sit you're on opposite sides of the house.
Sorry, 1 second. I need to find my perception. 4.
So Ashley doesn't hear anything. But Vivian, you about 2 hours in, so about midnight, I guess. I don't know what time you started this, but about 2 hours after you start keeping watch, in the distance you hear the howling of wolves. And
I assume this was just like I heard them howling, but nothing else.
So you hear them howling, and then a little bit later, so towards the end of your watch, you kind of start hearing the snapping of twigs outside. But you don't.
Does that happen after this conversation? Because I feel like hearing snapping twigs would.
Yeah, after the conversation, yeah.
Okay. Well, do I hear it while we're talking? Because I assume that Ashiok's just come into the main bedroom or something. Because we're gonna like swap.
Yeah, as you're talking, you start hearing this.
Okay. So I just thought it was a bit more fun if it was like immediately connected. Rather than like I hear it and then I just don't say anything while we're having. Wait, do you hear that?
What?
That noise outside.
What noise?
Well, I mean, I've heard the wolves earlier. They're howling in the distance, but I swear I can hear.
Animals, wild animals tend to make those noises.
Yeah. And, what else is a wild animal? A dire wolf. So all I'm saying is, you know, maybe now would be a good idea to wake the others. I mean, our watch is nearly over anyway. But
I mean, we can just tell the others to kind of keep an eye out, but I don't think it's worth sounding the alarm if it's just a twig. Some wolves. It's not like they have opposable thumbs. They can't like get into the house or anything.
you see the state. You see the state the house is in already. You know, there's, you know, maybe, you know, they don't need to open doors or climb in through windows. Maybe they're just powerful enough to knock down the walls. You know, smash in the gaps in the you know, the boards in the windows. Look, I'm not being paranoid here. Okay, I'm just, you know,
I mean,
I
I
can
guess
I can hear something, and you know, given what we're up against, could be,
yeah.
could
Mm, yeah, I guess it wouldn't hurt. So, what kind of wolf can smash through stone walls?
think dire wolves wouldn't have too much with that if they will put their minds to it. After all, dire wolves is fine. Your average.
Your mic's cutting in and out, Ava.
Oh,
I
sorry.
heard like 3 words of that. Sorry.
All right. No. After all, a dire wolf is no ordinary wolf. It's a lot bigger, a lot more intelligent. I don't think one on its own could maybe smash the wall, but if they all work together, considering, you know, they constantly roam in packs, there's, you know, reason. After all, the windows are boarded up. The glass like it had been smashed, so I don't think it's I don't think we should dismiss that.
I mean, sorry. Okay. I mean, I understand, like, if you're kind of shaken up by your like wolf encounter.
I'm not paranoid of wolves, okay? I'm just saying caution comes where caution is due.
I feel like our shit posts are better than
And
half
I
the
mean, it's fine.
conversation.
It's fine if you're scared. I mean, wolves can be very
Not that
scary,
the role playing is bad,
especially
but
if
it's just
they're all
funny.
targeting you at once.
do
But
I look like the sort of person that sees a wolf and screams in horror?
well, no, but you did get attacked by like 5 of them yesterday that seemed to have a personal problem with you. So, you know, I'd understand if your feelings changed after that. I'll go wake up the others.
Viv's looking a little bit sour faced, right?
Mm.
Like tsundere face, you know. Just
I
with like the physical smoke coming, like mouth is just like a complete line.
I'll like quickly like skitter over to Quinn and like shake her awake.
What? Huh? What? Oh,
Your turn.
my turn. Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Shit. Fine. Okay, I'm just gonna. Give me a second, all right? And Quinn
Yeah.
starts to get up and pull at her armor and stuff to try to get it on. So did anything happen while you guys were up?
So
Viv steps into the room.
so Vivian heard some wolves and like
Uh,
she's kind of scared of wolves. So like, just keep an eye out for wolves or something, you know?
okay, all right.
Look, Ashiok, this isn't a game. Okay. We know
Look,
there are wolves
I
outside. We know that they're exceptionally powerful in this land. And
look,
we know that
Vivian,
they're targeting this.
I would also be scared of wolves if they were equal to my height. So I understand.
I think Quinn's just watching to see if Viv's gonna say anything back.
Look, I may be as tall as them in height, but you seem to be about as smart as one. So I guess, we all have disadvantages here.
Hey. I mean, well, you said the dire wolves were pretty smart, so I will take that.
Smart for a wolf, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Hey, I mean, it's a smart wolf. It's a good compliment.
But
Yeah.
no, I distinctly heard something crawling about outside. I mean, I didn't see anything. I can't guarantee that it's not something as simple as uh, a deer or a hedgehog or a rabbit. But
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe when I get this armor on, I can go down and check about where you heard the noise and, do that as the first thing on my watch. Maybe I'll wake up Julian and he can keep an eye out of the windows.
perhaps.
Quick question. Do you guys think I should go to sleep?
Well, yeah, that's another thing I was gonna ask. I mean, did you guys check on Traxa since, when you were doing your shifts?
I mean, she's still fucking dead.
Hopefully not. I mean, we did check on her and she was like alive, kind of. So,
Even though there is a connection to these blasted pies that you ate, or did Traxa consume something else? I don't know, some arsenic or lead paint or something. I don't know what halflings will do for food, but
I mean, she does seem to kind of inhale everything she comes into contact with, so
for all
I
I
wouldn't rule that out. But
for all I know, she was licking the walls, and I don't know. Look, you go to sleep if you want. I mean,
how,
I can.
what if I don't wake up? Who's going to carry me? I
oh
mean,
god.
Well,
like I can. Traxa is kind of backpack size, but
I just figured we could leave you here, perhaps.
hey,
No, but for genuinely, I can try and have a look over you to see if you're cursed. If you've got any magical ailments affecting you. I'm not sure I could detect everything,
um,
but if
well,
that would,
if
if that would,
Traxa had no signs, then I don't think I would. But you can give it a shot.
I think while you do that, I'm gonna wake Julian up at least so that we can all be here to make a decision. And I'll even try to shake Traxa awake again.
When you go to wake Traxa, when you look at her sleeping, she has this grin on her face.
Uh-huh.
It's a very large grin.
Uh-huh.
It's yeah. And you aren't able to wake her up.
I think Quinn says, "Oh fuck," loud enough that it might just wake Julian up if he was still asleep.
What's wrong? What's happening?
I just saw the image on the.
Yikes. What the hell? Also, the little, like, guy shaking his butt.
Trax is looking pretty sus.
Ugh.
It does look like that, but with the eyes closed.
I think with that in mind, Quinn literally just grabs Julian by the like fancy pajama shirt or whatever he has and like picks him up out of bed to like be like, what the fuck? Look at this.
Ugh.
Good lord.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, right?
Why would you wake me up to see this? I don't want to see this. No one wants to see this at 1 in the morning.
No,
It's
I
the most
don't
upsetting thing I've ever seen at 1 in the morning.
really.
Well,
Mm.
fair.
No, but shit, guys, here, Ashiok, Vivian, fuck. Points at track.
That is quite upsetting. If I'm honest, I don't think that's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
Can I do any kinds of checks or to see if anything is possessing Traxa? I don't know. Maybe even just like, you know, holding out something magical and being like, "Who is that? Who is there? I demand you speak with me," or something along those lines. Because it feels like Trax is probably just not having a. I assume it's not just Trax is having a very exciting dream. I assume there's something related to possession going on.
Nothing happens when you do that. Was there any specific kind of check that you wanted to do?
I mean, any kind of magical check or something would be possible. I mean, I do have the mage spell identify, which is like choose one object that you touch. But I think that's only if it's like a magic item or a magic imbued item. So I don't know if a person who has like a magical effect. I don't know if that would.
You learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires achievement to use and how many charges it has. I'm not sure that's relevant.
Well, I don't know. Being possessed by a thing would potentially tell me its properties.
Oh
I don't
wait,
know.
if you okay, no, you can still cast identify. There's a bit at the bottom that says if you instead touch a creature throughout the casting.
I didn't even see that. I was just edging my bets. And
This does cost 100 gold pieces.
Oh.
do we have any pearls?
Yeah. Is it once you have the pearl, you can like keep reusing it and stuff? Or it's like 100 gold pieces, then we can like infinitely do it, or is it 100 gold pieces at time?
Spells work. I won't say that you have to have bought the pearl in advance, Well, I won't say that you have to like have told me that you bought it. It'll just be you have spell components. But like if there's a gold price, you will have to pay that, and we'll just say that you bought the pearl earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy to do that.
Sweet.
I'm not the treasurer, so it's not my. I'm not the one having a headache right now. So yeah, and that's also a spell slot. Have we rested enough since the wolf fight to actually reset any spell slots?
Can't remember. Did you take a short rest? Or
Yeah,
did you decide?
we've taken a short rest, and I assume that we're like halfway through a long rest, but
Okay.
that might get interrupted.
So you've got any spells that you have for the short rest, but not for the long rest yet.
So that's probably none of us get spells back because it's warlocks. Monks get short rest things. Maybe you could get your short rest. Wizards can get half their spell or half their level of a spell slot back, can't they?
So one.
Yeah, but it's still better than none. I could also try. I have a. If you didn't want to use the spell slot, Divine Sense. It probably wouldn't be as good, but I could try that first if you wanted, because I can do that quite a few times.
Burn the
Hmm?
money. I want to burn the money.
At least, because it is one of those ones where it's not like the pearl isn't consumed, right? It's like we have that pearl now, so you can keep using Identify.
Yeah.
Cool, sweet. Then burn the money.
Well, it's an owl feather, so. Viv is probably the sort of person that has shit like owl feathers.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I say some magical humbo jumbo and cast Identify on Traxa.
Okay. So there is a spell affecting Traxa. It's not a commonly known spell, so it doesn't really have a name. But it is a spell that affects dreams and sleep. And it's giving good dreams.
Very good dreams as far as it looks.
Yeah. I don't. Can Quinn reach out and like poke Trax's cheek and try to make the smile go like down? Does it like spring back into place?
It's kind of just like you're poking someone who's actually smiling.
Hmm. But like if she pretended she like made Traxa do a sad face, would it like go back to a smile eventually?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't like that. I mean, I didn't like it before, but I don't like that.
Even
So
less.
yeah, so I'm assuming that's gonna happen to you if you go to sleep, Ashiok.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Can we determine the origin of the curse? Do we know if it's something that would pass through food, or
Um,
I'm not saying we could. I'm just seeing how much we can.
I don't think you can tell the origin of it.
I think Julian did find out because he went to talk to the person that gave us them that it did do something, that it was like this'll do something to sleep, didn't you?
Yeah, I think she did say something specifically about like it'll give
She
you a
said
good night's rest.
it'll give you like good dreams, but I don't think she specified that it's gonna like make you sleep forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, man, I don't know. I've never seen. I don't deal with people normally, so fixing people not my strong suit. So I really don't know what to do.
I mean, it looks to me like she's having the nicest time that she's had possibly in several days. I mean, is it really such a bad thing to let her sleep for a while longer?
I guess not. I guess if there's nothing we can do about it anyway.
Do like an Arcana check or uh any kind of check to see if I can like have any knowledge on how the spell works? Is it something that just wears off, or is it?
I think I'm not sure an Arcana check would help in this case because it's not like an official spell, if that makes sense. It's not like I don't
Okay,
know if
so
it's a spell that you'd know.
okay, so it's not necessary. So I wouldn't necessarily recognize the spell. I just recognize that there is a spell.
Yes, and you
Okay.
kind of know what it's doing at the moment.
Right. Well, whatever this is, I've never encountered the specific ability before, so I can't. I honestly can't say I know how to reverse this. Um,
I have something really dumb I could try, but it's a spell. But I could try it.
surely anything's better than nothing. Better than being like that forever, I suppose.
Okay. Right. Quinn like stands over where Traxa is sleeping, laid to rest, where we've set her down. And just like leans down to like be near her ear, and then just like shouts like, "Wake up!" But as she does that, she casts the spell command. And wake is the keyword. And she's trying to like override the spell with a different spell.
I don't know the rules for overriding spells.
I don't know whether because the thing is, this is only a first level spell, so probably I don't know whether it's like the higher level spell wins out, or if you do charm someone, then that cancels a previous charm effect if it's a charm effect, I think.
Okay. I think
It's not one I know, so yeah, no hope for me.
Sorry. Oh wait, does a charm effect override a previous one? Um. Sorry. It may not work. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's
Okay.
too complicated.
I'm gonna go based on like level, I think.
Mhm.
So that doesn't work.
Okay. All right. Nope. Plan didn't work. I mean, I guess if you wanted, then Ashiok, you could stay up, but like eventually you're gonna need to go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a matter of would you rather have me die now or later?
Would not want you to die at all.
Figured.
Yeah. I mean, I personally would rather live as long as I could. What if we found the woman that sold the pies? Like it would mean having to leave here and stuff,
Well,
but
it's a long trek back to the village.
yeah.
I mean, don't we all think, there's maybe a chance that she'll just wake up in the morning after a good night's sleep? Maybe she's just really, really exhausted.
I mean,
And
I
I mean,
suppose.
the pie woman, we're only going to be able to see her tomorrow anyway. It's the middle of the night. I don't really see if there's any point in going through all of this right now. when we've got a house to be guarding and some woman who's about to be besieged by wolves.
I mean, I guess you're right. It would be pretty alarming if we just showed up at her house.
I mean, she is probably
Sounded
conked out with happy dreams right now as well.
Oh my
true.
god. Can Quinn just leave to check if that's the case? Like,
Can
we
Quinn
check
just
on her?
leave?
Quinn just walks away.
Just
Guys, is this
walks
what I
out.
want?
I mean, she could try it. I think Julie would be like, Quinn, where are you going?
No, that was a really good idea. I want to see, and like is like leaving to see to try to find them in whatever bedroom.
Then she just
It's
walks
not
out
meant to
the
be
door
you.
and gets headbutted by 5 wolves at once.
Well, she's
Uh,
walking.
So you're leaving the house.
Or wait, no. She's trying to find. Oh, I thought we were talking about like Ismark and Arena.
Okay.
Whether
I thought
they
you were
have.
talking about
Oh!
the
Oh, no,
the pastry lady.
I was talking about the pie lady.
Oh, I was thinking about a different one. But I was like, if they're from here, they might have also eaten the pie. Like everybody might be using these pies to get through the night. Quinn comes back.
Okay. I mean, if you do go to their bedrooms, they're just sleeping normally.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
gross. Ashiok, how many pies did you eat?
Just the one. I think Traxa had like 5, though.
Yeah, I'm. Perhaps your sleep would be unaffected, but perhaps Trax is just as a side effect of consuming so many in a short period of time. I mean, like I said, I'm not familiar with this curse. I'm not familiar with its
Well, I don't know how magic works either, but just I mean, the body weight to mass ratio, pi ratio, I think I should have ingested a much milder version of the spell.
yes, that's what I mean. It's perhaps you're not as affected as she is. I can't make any guarantees, of course.
Well, if like Julian said, the only thing that we can do is just wait until she potentially wakes up. Maybe we just stay on. You could stay up and stay on watch and keep an eye out.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I could also just go to sleep right now and see what happens in the morning.
Potentially, but what if the wolves appear and then we're one big brawler down?
Shit.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll stay up.
Oh, it's
Viv-
not.
Does this mean I can go back to sleep?
Yeah.
I'll only be meditating. It should be easy to alert me.
Wonderful. Julian's already going back to bed.
All right, then I guess I'll step up to the watch. I have my armor on and all now, so if a wolf attack happens, it's probably better that I'm awake too. Where was it you heard the noise, Viv?
I sort of gesture to like the large window.
Okay. Quinn's gonna go investigate. Oh, she shouldn't do
Detective Quinn.
that. Detective Quinn with her -1 investigation. Don't worry, I got it.
So you don't really need to do an investigation check because as you kind of start walking to that room and everyone's kind of going to sleep, you hear a bang at the front door and then a bang at the window. And you also notice your silver sword is glowing slightly red.
What? Shit. What? Okay, I take the sword out.
What is it doing?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we just found it. It could do anything.
I kind of like take a step back from it and give it like a really suspicious like stink eye.
Yeah. Okay, I think Quinn does use her divine sense here to see if it's anything.
Let's just get my sense up.
Have I gone to sleep, or did this just happen just before I got a chance to?
I think it took a
That's a good
little bit of
question.
time. Maybe like a quarter of an hour. So just undead. Okay. So your sword, that sword now,
Mm-hmm.
is consecrated. So you can detect the presence of any object that has been consecrated. So you recognize that there's something godly going on with the sword.
Okay. I just recognize that it like there is like a godly thing, like not like is it innate to the weapon or is it just it's consecrated, that's all you get?
It seems to be on the weapon.
Okay. Fuck.
And kind of the banging gets louder. And then it stops.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, is Ashiok near Quinn or are we split up?
Yeah, I'm near you.
Yeah. Okay, was that a sound that happened when you guys were, looking around? 'Cause that's a bit more than
No, not at all. That's
Alright.
new.
Yeah, cool. Does the sword like glow particularly more if it goes in a direction, or is it just glowing red and shit's going down?
It's glowing red.
Okay.
The banging stops. And
Okay.
then the colour seems to leave the room. So everything seems to kind of go grayscale. And Ashiok seems to freeze where he stood. And at the corner of your vision is someone that you recognize with long blood red hair trailing down her armor, and it almost looks like it's dripping. And she's holding a bow and arrow that's splashed with blood and dark animal hair. And you recognize the Red Lady.
I think before Quinn can do anything, she like waves her hands in front of Ashiok's face to see if he reacts in any way, or if if it's just he's not there anymore.
He's just kind of frozen, kind of like time is frozen.
Okay. Yeah, so this was you, and she holds the sword towards the Red Lady.
I have repaid your oath with blood tonight, and you do not need to worry about the beasts or monsters entering the building. You may sleep in peace for this one night.
One night. Is this the only time you're going to be able to show up here?
It is very rare I'm able to make an appearance. It is only because of the oath that you made recently. It is just one night of peace I'm able to give you.
Right. I think Quinn like nods like really solemnly and sheaths the red sword back. kind of looks at this woman, and um, she can't think of words properly yet, but they kind of come out eventually, and it's just like an admission, like, when I took that oath, I didn't think you were going to be able to hear it in here. I don't know where the fuck I am, but makes me feel a bit better that you can still get here. That you still are looking over me.
This place may seem hopeless, but it is not godless.
Mm.
And the colour begins to return to the room, and the red lady kind of fades from your sight. And you feel a sharp burn on your upper arm. And the tenets of your oath are then branded onto you with a slight glowing red that fades away. The glowing silver of the sword stops there.
Shit.
And
I feel like with her armor on, she she can't see it, but she can feel that that's there. Yeah.
And Ashiok then kind of starts moving again, like nothing happened.
I think when you like Quinn is like facing in an entirely different direction and is kind of like super awestruck, and it's like no more tension in her body right now.
When he kind of like waves a hand in front of her face. Hello?
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey,
everything okay? Like wolves, remember?
wolves. Right. Wolves. Also, just sorry in case anybody can hear the bands. They're right outside my window, and it's very distracting.
Would you,
Uh,
would you say bands?
yep, there's marching bands outside my window right now, and they
Uh,
just get to be there at all times.
They're not a particularly orange coloured band, are they?
They are. They are.
No,
It's horrible.
no.
It's hell. But yeah, I'll try to keep playing through it. If you guys can't hear them, that's okay then.
I can't hear it.
Sweet. Okay. Right, the wolves. I think someone else has sorted those out for us.
What?
Right, yeah, okay. Uh um so uh the stuff that I do, I used to I I used to just do it, and it was me fighting some monsters, and that was everything.
Right.
Until one day, found myself taking on something bigger, and once I was finished with it, it seemed that I had caught the eye of somebody else. I must have proved myself in a way, uh, done a favor to her, and a lot of people tried to make me believe that it wasn't real, it didn't happen, that I must have just hallucinated in exhaustion. But the other night when we were here, I thought, who better to make an oath to than her? And it turns out that it was real. She is here, and she's helped us out.
Who is she?
Um, she calls herself the Red Lady. Uh, so people had just heard rumors about her. It was like a myth that would go around in circles. People who haunted monsters. She would come to them with her blessing for, ridding the world of them. And of course, since I used to do that as a job, a lot of people talked about it a lot, but not many people have seen her, and that's the second time that I have. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cool, awesome. Then I've totally explained myself, and everything's chill. It's fine.
Oh, no, no. I believe you.
You do?
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I told folks, they just thought I was making shit up.
I mean, I think that's kind of the least strangest thing that's happened so far.
That's fair. Makes it a little easier to explain then.
So you said that she's taking care of the wolves, so we're safe.
I think so. Look, I'm not exactly one of the most trusting people in the world. You might have got that, but I would trust her. I think we're fine. If there was ever going to be a night that you were going to pass out and have that creepy fucking smiley face thing, it would be tonight.
Okay. Well, if you trust her, then I trust her too.
Well, glad of that. I don't know if I would have been as kind as you, but you can trust her.
Yeah. Well, let's head upstairs and get some sleep, and we can explain to the others in the morning then.
Yeah. Here, Ashiok, are you spooked about going to sleep?
Uh, yeah, kinda.
I mean, I'd be pretty. That would fuck me up. I probably wouldn't be able to sleep after seeing that.
I don't really have a choice. I kind of have to sleep eventually, so
Yeah.
it's not like Vivian, who apparently just sits and closes her eyes and
Viv meditates with her eyes open just to make it extra creepy.
Oh.
oh, okay.
Okay.
She just sits there.
It's like Gandalf in Return of the King, where they're like waving their hand in front of his face.
I've never actually noticed that before. That's pretty weird.
I think Viv's done it in like a tent or something, like to herself.
Hmm.
She's not really.
Yeah, it's interesting getting to know everybody in this party.
Yeah, everyone has their own special quirks, I suppose.
What's yours?
I never really thought about that. I guess you can tell me when you find out.
I think it might take me a few more days, but I'll figure
Well,
something.
you tell me if I snore particularly loud, then.
Oh God, if you
I've
snore,
always wondered.
if you snore, man.
Look, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
It's bothered me for a few years now. Uh, because you're sleeping, but how are you supposed to know if you snore or not?
No, I guess you get other people to tell you.
Yeah,
You not had other people tell you before?
no. Well, I mean, I I usually like travel alone, right? So, but now I'm not. So, and what if you guys are just too polite to say anything? And just
Oh,
this whole time, I've just been uh, just keeping you all awake.
I can promise you that I am definitely not too polite to tell you that.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah. Normally, if people snored back at the bunks and stuff, we would just kick them out of their bed, wake them up. But I don't think that's going to happen with you tonight. So if you do snore, well, there's not much I can do about it. So. But yeah. Let's just hope you don't.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it's good night then.
Yeah. Um. Good night. Okay. Ash kind of like very
Elliot has been banned.
No, I'm sorry. Listen, you can all have nice RP sessions without me, but I will be memeing. I'm sorry.
it's just always like you always post something when I'm talking.
Sorry. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I sent a bunch of stuff to Sophie and through DMs while she's
Okay.
upping as well, so you all have to suffer.
She's just used to your bullshit, so
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've literally done the same with Danny, just like sent shit, just trying to. I mean, it's like me whenever I watch a Germa stream. It's like a sort of like 5 out of 10 funny, like amusing, but not like laugh out loud for most of the stream. Then as soon as I like drink like a cup of tea or something insanely insanely funny happens, and I just end up spitting out loads of drink over my computer. Happens every time. It's so annoying.
okay, so we're asleep now.
Yeah. Oh,
Do I-
actually, before we go to sleep, like if we're just heading off to sleep, I think Quinn goes over to wake Julian up to tell him it's his shift.
Wow.
Everybody's got to put in the work, man.
Incredible.
Hey, Julian. Hey, get up.
What?
It's your turn now.
Fine.
Gotta keep guard. I would be, I think we heard something like out the back room, so if you just like, keep an eye on that for the next few hours. Yeah. Cool.
For the next few hours.
Yeah, till the morning.
Who's on after me?
I think you're the last one.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
Julian has to do it on his own.
Normally Traxa would have been with you, but
It's only been like 20 minutes since the watch changed last, so I assume you're just not telling Julian what time it is.
he'll
Just
figure out it.
gaslighting Julian.
Quinn tells him it's the morning, and like when he wakes up enough, he probably realizes that she's fucked with him.
I mean, I think he'll probably like be on watch for like half an hour, and then if nothing has happened, he will start to doze off because he shouldn't be left unattended. You can't make him do work.
That's exactly why I woke you up. It's gonna.
To be fair, Ashley did 2 shifts, so.
So do I get a freaky Germa smile too?
Yeah.
What do they find in the morning?
So we're not there yet. We'll get there.
Oh.
So at about 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Yeah. Traxa, you wake up after exactly 8 hours of sleep. And you had like the best dreams. You were happier in them than you've been since you arrived in Barovia, and like even longer than that. But you're awake now, and those dreams are over, and you feel really quite sad and depressed that you're not in these dreams anymore. Yeah, so you've had your sleep, and you've had your long rest, and now you're awake, and everyone is asleep, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, there goes my theory that like the amount of pies Traxa consumed was directly proportional.
Maybe it was, but her metabolism is also like 3 times faster because she eats all the time. So she just
True.
blitzed through the magic.
I mean, like hobbits are like pretty. I mean, they eat more than humans, despite being smaller, and yet they don't
Second
seem to be
breakfast.
like. Yeah, so I
Afternoon
assume.
tea.
I think the first thing she does is start eating the second half of the sandwich she was using as a pillow. And being 4 o'clock, she was probably up pretty early most of her life to like help open business and cook, so it's probably pretty normal for her. And she'll just continue to start cooking then, warming things up, prepping everything so that she can make everyone a breakfast. Yep.
Okay.
I imagine she's pretty quiet about it. I think she has some decent stealth abilities when it comes to cooking.
Stealth.
Ashiok is not snoring.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to make
Tonight.
a roll on it.
Not tonight.
The
So-
pie also cures your sleep apnea.
I was thinking that it's hard to snore when your face is in a permanent grin while you're asleep.
Oh, true.
So all of you other than Ashiok awake after like the long rest amount of sleep to the smell of breakfast cooking downstairs.
Oh, so we got long
Um,
rest.
Yeah, you all got long rests.
Yay.
Ooh.
So this would be like, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning. And when you go downstairs, Traxa is cooking. Ashiok does not join you. And if you do check on him, he's got the same kind of grin and can't be woken up.
That is creepy as hell. I'm never going to forget that. I'm never going to eat a pie again. Well, I
Who
guess
wants
it's
breakfast pie?
Not me, but you're alive. That's cool. Sweet. Awesome. You're awake. That's amazing. Traxa, have you seen Ashiok this morning?
No, haven't left the kitchen.
Oh, cool. How'd you sleep last night?
Pretty normal.
Do you normally like have a terrifying grin of like it looks kind of malicious, but like just pure joy, but in like an uncanny valley way of pure joy?
Traxa like makes a motion for you to get closer to her face so she can whisper something.
Oh, no. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck. All right. Quinn just stands up, is creeped out. Okay, we're learning a lot about each other. That's cool. Did you make anything other than pie for breakfast?
Oh yeah, she didn't make pie. She just made like a normal like hash, a very greasy early breakfast.
Cool. Well, then Quinn takes herself a portion and starts eating away at that.
And then I guess since it was a long rest, I can actually make stuff for my class again. But I can do that over here. Yep.
I think in the morning, Ashiok's still probably asleep, but if everybody's together eating breakfast, I think Quinn lets people know that like so last night was fine, but I think that's probably going to be the only night that things are as easy as that.
Well, if we can remove this body as quickly as possible, hopefully we won't need to spend too many nights.
Yeah. Hopefully not. But I guess it means the next night that we're staying somewhere, it might not be as like safe as a house is if we're just out in the middle of the woods or something. So, you know, now we're gonna have to meet whatever we meet somewhere else. Would anybody, like, when we're down eating breakfast, would Ismark and Arena be down, or have we not seen them yet?
I think they'd come join you for breakfast. Yeah. I think they'd probably be in okay spirits. Happy because, like, the wolves don't attack very much last night. I think they'd usually be kept awake by, like, the sound of something trying to get into the house. But they're still a bit kind of muted because, like,
Adoption.
they're burying their father today.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Don't worry, he wasn't your real father. No. Quinn does not say that. Not canon.
I think also after Quinn woke Julian up in the middle of the night, he probably like fell asleep in like an armchair or something and is looking notably disheveled and has a terrible crick in his neck and is looking particularly grumpy. But I don't know if any of you would be paying attention.
Yeah. You have any good dreams, buddy?
No, I did not.
Did you catch anything on your watch?
It was all fine, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't notice anything. So it was a great thing for me to have woken up in the middle of the
Hey,
night for all of that.
we don't know. Like, anything could have happened last night. We were meant to see wolves. It was weird that we didn't.
I definitely heard them. But
Yeah. Maybe we scared them away. Maybe they heard all us in the house talking about the creepy smiley face thing and they didn't want to get anywhere near that.
I'm sure one bard staying up was terrifying. They all stayed away.
You can be truly scary, Julian.
He does crack a bit of a smile at that.
Well, how long do we think we need to wait for Ashiok to wake up? We should probably have everybody before we move on with our next task.
I don't know. I was hoping to get it done as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
If he decided to stay up all night and now needs to spend extra time asleep, I think that's his problem and not ours.
I think like it becomes our problem when we could wander around the streets and someone could just like randomly attack us.
Are you really so paranoid to think that would happen?
I mean, we know that like wolves are after Arena and, you know, something bad happened here, so. It probably won't be that much longer before he wakes up, unless you think we should just go ahead.
I mean, how much longer are we going to need to wait for him to be sleeping? If it's just a few hours, we can probably just hang out here for a little bit longer, but if it's going to be all day, should we just get going?
Do you guys have a wheelbarrow or something here? We could just bring him with us.
I really like this idea.
We'll put sunglasses on his eyes and they'll think he's still awake.
He's just really hungover.
Yeah. Weekend at the burgomaster's.
Wait, we also need to carry a dead body, so are we just gonna have 2 wheelbarrows of apparently dead people?
Well, I don't feel like putting her dad in a wheelbarrow after I told her she was adopted. So.
The dad's already in a coffin.
Oh god, we're not gonna have to be the hearse, are we? We're not gonna have to carry him like slowly on all all 7 of our shoulders.
all 7 of our different height shoulders.
I am not crouching, so y'all better.
Trying to think whether wheelbarrows are like a fantasy thing.
I mean, I feel like they were invented like 1,000 years ago in some form. So like fake medieval fantasy lands must have some form of a wheelbarrow, right?
Yeah, sure, there's a wheelbarrow sort of thing.
Nice.
Sweet. So wait, are we putting the coffin in the wheelbarrow, or are we putting Ashiok in the wheelbarrow?
Earliest wheelbarrows with archaeological evidence in the form of a one-wheel cart come from the 2nd century Han Dynasty, China.
Holy shit.
I think Ismark wants to carry the coffin through town. Not really slowly, but the coffin needs to get to the church, and preferably in a respectable way.
They have a
Yeah.
horse and cart, or
No.
do they have a horseless cart?
No.
Well,
I mean,
we're not pushing it for them.
I could carry one end of the coffin if somebody was able to carry the other, or 2 people wanted to carry the other. We don't have to put it on our shoulders. We could hold it in our hands. I mean,
They're a lot heavier than they look.
oh, I'm a lot stronger than. No, I'm about as strong as I look. I look really strong.
Just saying that as someone that has carried a coffin in real life. Do not recommend.
It's okay, these are fantasy characters. They have unrealistic strength.
My strength is redong.
Yeah, it's not like we're strength 10 commoners in this game. Like real life.
Strength minus.
Yeah, mine's like a 3.
What? It is?
No, in
Oh,
real
I
life.
I thought this was Praxis, and I was like, how did you roll?
No. Traxa's strength is fine. It's just her bad charisma.
Oh. Well, I can go get Ashiok and bring him downstairs, put him in a wheelbarrow for someone to push, and I'll help carry the coffin as well. Unless does no one else wanna carry the coffin?
I can provide some emotional music,
You could also
something appropriately dour.
you could
Very
help carry
important
the coffin, too.
for a procession.
We heard you whistle. Your inspiration. You hands-free whistling your tunes while you carry the coffin.
I think the violin would be far more befitting of the situation, I'm afraid.
Is there a spell that can like reduce the weight of things?
Levitate. I think Bigsby's hand can lift things. There's Tensor's floating disc.
How long does it take a wizard to prepare spells?
Question?
Don't you generally do it like over a long rest?
Yeah, I
Could
thought it
you
was
Yeah.
during rest.
retroactively done it while meditating?
I'll let you do that.
I mean, if I can do that. Feather fall.
If it's already in your spell book, then you can prepare it, but if it's not in your spell book, I think it has to be at a level up that you add it to the spell book. Unless I'm remembering Wizard's wrong.
Yeah, I don't think I've got.
Mm.
Never mind.
I mean, how about we just enjoy this meal a little bit slowlier, and when Ashiok wakes up, he'll probably also volunteer to lift it. The two of us together can probably do a pretty good job.
Fine.
All right. I think we do that then. We wait around to see if he wakes up.
Okay. So again, 8 hours from when Ashiok fell asleep, which I think I've kind of figured out was about 1:30. So it's about 9:30 when Ashiok wakes up. And again, you had some very good dreams. Best dreams you've ever had. You were really, really happy in them. But now that you're awake, you feel really sad. And you have really dark thoughts now because those dreams are over and you're back stuck in a foggy, dark, horrible land.
Okay.
It's like occurred to me, but like the woman giving out the pies is genuinely doing like the drug dealer, oh, your first hit is for free thing. 'Cause you're all going to be going back for more pies for that sweet, sweet relief.
Oh yeah, there's no chance as soon as we're walking out that I'm not getting more pie.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to go through Traxa and Ashiok like addiction arc now.
We haven't gotten to the addiction roll yet.
Well, you don't accept food from a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
My
She
dreams
was
were
a
great.
friendly old woman.
Okay, so I'm still upstairs, right? So I'll
Yes.
like make my way kind of down into the kitchen where everyone else is sitting. Not really too talkative this morning, so just kind of give everyone like a little nod and like a oh, morning.
Look who's finally awake. Good thing is you don't snore.
Oh,
Yeah.
At least you don't snore under enchanted sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how do you feel about moving a dead body?
um, sure.
Yeah, I mean, we were gonna bring their father, and they wanted to do a sort of procession thing. I figured you'd also volunteer, because apparently nobody else will.
I
Yeah.
never said I wouldn't volunteer, but do you really think I look like the sort of person that can carry that? How tall is Quinn again?
I think she's 6 foot.
Just 6 foot on the dot.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Vivian is at least a foot smaller.
Okay. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. But I mean, me and Ashiok, we could carry the thing. So, and you're awake now, which is good. We were gonna put you in a wheelbarrow.
Oh, and who was gonna roll that wheelbarrow?
Uh, well, I hadn't thought about that yet, but we were gonna get you in there at least, and then
Oh, well, that's a start.
yeah. I thought you'd find that funny.
Yeah, it was fun.
Dreams.
Oh yeah,
What?
you have any weird dreams?
I mean, whatever afflicted tracks that definitely seem to affect you. So I think we can conclude that there definitely was something in those pies you ate.
Well, what was it? What was it she told you, Julian? Uh, like,
Something about a good night's sleep.
yeah, good dreams and stuff. Yeah, it was just that's it. Good dreams.
You don't exactly look like you've had the most enjoyable night's sleep.
Yeah.
Seem
What does
pretty
good
miserable.
dreams look like to you, Ashiok? Is it sort of chasing rabbits, or
Brittle dreams.
Chasing rabbits? Where'd you get that from?
Is that an in character or out of character question?
Both?
no, just a question, just a suggestion.
Oh, well,
Julian just like, is this what poor people dream about?
the poors chasing their next meal.
You have
no.
to
Oh, I mean, I was more going for like a dog. He was trying to, but I mean, to Julian, is that really much different?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ashley is just a big Labrador. Golden Retriever.
Big himbo.
Yeah.
I love Ashiok.
No, but sorry to disappoint that there were no rabbits involved. No.
No hares, no hedgehogs or squirrels.
No. There was a lynx,
There
but
was
that's about it.
I mean, I guess the good dreams are cool. I mean, if I had good dreams and I woke up in a place like this, I probably wouldn't be too peppy in the morning.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
We can get going once you have your food and, keep moving forward.
Yeah, I don't think I'm hungry, so when you guys are done, just say.
I don't think Quinn would do anything else, but I think Dante would at least notice the mood shift and jump up on Ashiok's shoulders and try to cheer him up.
Ash will like kind of play with Dante, like put his hand up, like how you kind of like, your fingers and animals and stuff.
Yeah.
What did you find, Sam?
Cool. It seems to cheer him up just the tiniest bit.
Only a little bit. I'm still sad.
There were some good dreams, man. It's the heroin crash.
Just need to get some pies.
Yeah, speaking of, if like people were like eating and Traxa was done, I think she probably tried to sneak out and buy more pie. If we were, I don't know how nearby we were to that lady.
Close.
Yeah.
And everyone would probably have finished eating quite a while ago because it's been about an hour and a half.
That's a good time for Traxa to get out, though.
Yeah, she was probably out. Like they were cooking. She was like still in the kitchen. They were waiting for Ashiok, and she disappeared for a bit and tried to buy pie.
Okay.
Because she has no idea what happened the night before. Nobody told her, so she's just like, "Yeah, shit, let's go."
Oh fuck! We didn't even get a chance to stop you.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we literally just commented, "Oh, like, thank God you're not dead." Did any of us actually go fill in tracks from the details?
Nope.
Nope. We said what we said, and we didn't say enough.
So all Traxa knows is she had really good dreams.
Uh-huh.
And the
Really
lady
nice
mentioned,
woke up in the
pies.
morning.
yeah, the lady mentioned the pies give you good dreams. She had great dreams, so easy.
she maybe heard Quinn freak out about pies and not wanting to eat a pie, but that could just be because Quinn doesn't like pies.
Yeah,
Like,
you didn't want to eat them yesterday too. You're a
Yeah.
loser.
fuck.
Quinn had pie nightmares, maybe.
Yeah, God, someone was force feeding me pies. I lost all my gains. It sucked. Well, fuck. You're gonna get some pies.
Okay. When you leave the house, could you make a perception check?
Yeah. Accidentally closed my character sheet. There we go. Okay. My perception is +0. 12.
Okay.
Something seems to have happened outside through the night. You can't really tell what. But it's not really anything alarming. You don't really notice anything alarming. And yeah, you don't really notice much. And so it's quite early, but the old lady is still walking around. And you kind of see a couple of people stood next to her cart buying some pies. And she sees you approaching. And she says, "Ah, dearie, it's good to see you again. How were the pies?"
They were very good.
"Oh, I'm so glad. Would you like any more?"
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've still got the same as yesterday. So it's a meat pie, a maple nut pie, or a cottage pie. And there's a gold piece each.
How much gold? So my cook bag preserves food as far as I'm aware. Yeah, it says it preserves my morsels and ingredients. Would it preserve other food as well if I store it in there, or no?
Let's see why not.
Okay. So I have a
Traxa doesn't have
lot.
like 2,000 coins.
Yeah. Where's my gold at? I have 1,090 gold. I don't think it's like a
Traxa,
bag of holding that
no.
has infinite space, so I assume I could only fit a couple pies in there.
Maybe
Uh,
like
I assume these are like
3
small,
or
like
4.
single serving pies, right? Like what you would buy, like what you
I'm
bought at the
thinking
Man
like-
City game when we went.
Are they
That's
like
what I'm imagining.
Are they
I'm
pucker
thinking-
pie size, or are they like Sunday dinner size pies?
I think pork pie size pies, like Melton Mowbray pork pies. So like, I'm trying to think dimension wise, about 7 centimeter diameter
Oh, so that's like
and height.
yeah. I wasn't sure if they were like the dinner plates or.
Oh gosh, yeah.
no.
So these are real
I
tiny.
was just
Sick.
I was just imagining Traxa just fucking
Yeah.
inhaling 3 dinner plate sized pies.
Yeah. I'm a little bit disappointed now. Actually, I thought they were going to be like full size, massive great pies. But no, that's
No. 1 sec. Others can go in handouts.
But yeah, I don't know how many she has, but I can probably fit an okay amount of those in my bag.
Yeah.
Maybe a few more if you really squish them down.
Yeah, I gotta make sure it doesn't like destroy my other ingredients and I can still get to them, but I can reorganize a little bit and fit some pies in there.
and remember, you can carry extra in your hands,
That's true.
and
I
you can
do
eat
have a
some.
chef's hat. I could just balance some on my head.
You could eat some while you're there, so you could maybe get away with like if you eat say 2 pies, put like 5 in your hat, carry like 4 in each hand, like balanced on top of each other, and then even more in your bag. Yeah, like get away with like 30 pies maybe. I mean, I just kind of want to see the mental image of like Traxa balancing pies on top
Yeah,
of each other.
I think she realized that like they were responsible for the dreams, like, or at least is assuming they are and putting 2 and 2 together, that they aren't like taste wise so good that she's just gonna inhale them for taste. But she definitely wants the dreams again because she was so happy, and this world sucks. So yeah, probably pretty close to what Ava just described, of as many as I can fit in my bag. I'll probably bounce the... If I don't think they'll store very long, I won't get too many that I can't fit in my bag because it's just a waste, and I can probably come back. But I'll probably bring a few more back in my hands. So let's say my back, it's like a little satchel, but it can fit a decent amount of stuff. I'm saying she can probably only fit like 10 or so into her cook thing. It can fit big things, but it never specifies, and I don't want to be too greedy. So we'll say she buys 20 pies, however I need to organize it.
Yeah. And do you eat it immediately, or you don't like wait till you go to sleep?
I just ate breakfast, so I'm probably not super hungry, so I'll wait for it.
So just 1 pie for now.
Actually, I changed my mind. I went 30. I imagine Traxa like bought 10, started walking away, U-turned, bought 10 more, and did that 3 times to get the 30 pies. Because she just couldn't make up her mind.
So you got like 10 of each?
Yes.
So, yeah. So that's 30 gold pieces. And Morgantha says, oh, well, it's been a while since someone's appreciated my pies that much. It's very lovely of you. I'll be here if you run out.
I'll be back. She like skips away while carrying an armful of pie.
Oh no. Yeah.
I was also gonna say, I really love the aesthetic of the handouts channel, just being like serious letters from Strahd and like item descriptions and gorgeous art and stuff, and then Asda, mini pot pies. This is the most important information, and I love it.
It's important to the story.
Oh, absolutely. Can you imagine if we hadn't had that information? I mean, it's just crucial.
Yeah, if I could only hold 3 pies, this would be very different.
Are you holding the pies when you get back?
I have as many as I can fit in my bag. It has like, the satchel doesn't really have a defined size. It just says it can store ingredients and morsels. But like some of the things you can cook are like big meat dishes. So I don't quite understand if it's like a pseudo bag of holding, but only for food. And that's kind of how I'm treating it, is like only food stuff, but very big.
That makes sense.
Just imagining like it's also quite big, like.
Yeah, it could be a backpack size.
Like you've got like a big old you've got a big old like sack on your back.
So yeah,
just want. Sorry, carry on.
No, you're good. But yeah, it's so that's full, and then also
why are you driving on the train?
She's just holding probably like 6 of them in her hand. Let's say she got one for everyone, including the new lady. Wasn't there also a guy there? Wait a minute. Awkward. So I'll be carrying 7.
I feel like if Traxa comes in and Quinn sees pies in her hands, she just gives a stare as if it's like an owner that sees their pet has something in their mouth and they're like, what? What is that? Like, where'd you get that?
Yeah, she's like so happy. She snuck out kind of quietly because she's still awkward. But she comes in
Yeah.
so excited, she just like busts down the door with pies in her hand. She's like, "You mentioned pie."
What? You got
Julian
pie?
puts his head in his hands.
I think Quinn does jump up from the seat and is like, where did you get that?
Oh wait, are we all sat in the
The-
room together?
The pie lady gave it to me.
Your pie.
I cannot figure out what I'm doing with her voice, so ignore the constant changes in high pitched, questionable voices.
Explore the voice, ride the roller coaster.
Traxa, you sure that's a good idea? You were knocked out pretty hard last night. Like, we tried to wake you and you genuinely would not rouse from your sleep for hours.
So you're saying I can't have a good night's sleep?
Well, no, I picked you up and I shook you physically and you didn't wake up. Like, you wouldn't wake up. Like, we couldn't wake you up.
I don't think you're supposed to shake things like that.
In retrospect, probably not, but also, don't you think you should have woken up?
It's just
I mean,
a magic
I mean,
sleep. What's wrong with that?
from our perspective, we weren't actually sure if you've been cursed or not. We weren't sure if it was permanent. And,
Yeah.
you know, given the land we're in, you know, it's a little bit dangerous, shall we say. You know, we might need to rouse you at a particular time, and if you're completely knocked out, then I don't know.
Maybe if I just eat a little bit of pie. Like power nap it off.
I don't know.
Do what you want, Traxa, but
Well, I have these, and she looks down and like pauses for a second, very obviously. Just these 7 pies, so I could just eat these once. It'd be a waste of money.
Maybe, how long do pies keep?
I'm pretty good at keeping food for a long time.
Okay.
I can eat them all now if you want.
Nope, I don't want that. Each time Quinn's like getting like closer, like closing the distance. But okay, the good sleep, yeah, that's one thing. But I mean, like, because I feel like when we were talking, we kind of noticed that Ashiok was like a lot off, like feeling a bit bad, like.
Lightweight.
But
Sorry, it's called a lightweight.
this is revenge for Ashiok calling Julian out on not drinking.
This is a Trax's first rodeo.
That's what I had written in her character description. She's like, essentially is super quiet until she starts drinking. And then I took it out because I'm like, I don't want her to be an alcoholic, but I still played it anyway.
Until she starts eating.
Yep.
She's an alcoholic until she has fucking heroin.
Oh no,
pies.
here it is. Timid, doesn't think she's good at anything, self-deprecating and nervous. Flaws go out the door when she's drunk. Gets hyper-focused.
I mean, like, we're not, I guess, like, if you were in one of those weird, creepy perma sleeps, we could just pick you up. Like, that's fine, because you're small. But, you know, it would feel bad not to give you a warning that, like, when you were asleep, you had, like, a creepy grin, and it was weird.
I mean, it's not my fault how I look.
I see. I really, you know what I should have done? I should have got you to actually go look at Ashiok to see just how creepy it was.
You know, I was considering an exorcism, if I'll be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if this Strahd character had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I'll save her. And she starts like putting a pie in her mouth because she's afraid you guys are gonna take them from her.
Oh, Quinn doesn't know whether to slap the pie or not. No, Quinn's gonna slap the pie. Or try to slap the pie.
Yeah, so I have
not
6 in my hand and I'm trying to shove one in my mouth.
Yeah, she tries to get the one that's like going towards your mouth, just like a big like whap.
Make a dexterity save.
I think my dex is pretty good. Oh hell yeah. Dex save is I don't have proficiency though? Shit. It should be I didn't update these numbers. Whoop. Sorry, I'm fixing my sheet before I forget. Go down, you stupid piece of garbage. Okay. +3. Shit.
Ooh.
What did Quinn get?
What do I need to roll? Because strength's her attack score, but if it's dex to like, you know.
I think it's a speed thing, so I think it's dex.
Okay. She has +0 to dex, so. I rolled a 3, so I missed the pie.
Yes!
Okay.
Justice.
Traxa gets a bite of pie.
Now, come on, Quinn, don't be over dramatic. If Traxa wants the pie, then she's allowed to have it. It's not. Obviously,
I don't even think it's a bite. Yeah, she finishes that whole single pie in one bite. They're small.
Oh my god. Why are they
It's
so
a-
small?
It's obviously not, dangerous. It's obviously not had any detrimental effects, but you know.
Look, you might sleep with your eyes open, but most people look serene when they're asleep. And it's just weird. You know? It's creepy. That's all I'm saying. It's creepy.
Just next time we put a sack over her head, or I don't know, a pillow or a saucepan.
No, the face is there. Plus, what if something worse happens the next time you eat the pies?
That's what I was saying. I was saying you might want to. I still think Traxa should, you know, not go overboard with them, because you never know when we'll be attacked or something. But at the same time, there's no need to get violent about it.
I was just trying to get the pie, but okay. Well, how about you just eat that one pie and then we'll see what happens tonight.
Okay.
Or I mean, maybe if it's just like you ate 3 pies last time, so you could eat all 7 of them now, and then you'd be done with all 7 of them.
Yep, 7.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, what quit? I want to do an insight check for quit.
I don't think you have to. I don't think she is good enough at lying that like it took her too long to realize she should try to lie, that it was obvious. If you want to roll, you can, but I don't think it was a hidden lie at all.
Okay. Also check Quinn's insight, and she's better at insight than I thought. So, fuck. I mean, Julian, do you not have anything to say about the pies?
Oh, my main feeling is that if she wants to do something stupid, she can do something stupid. It's not really my prerogative. Also, how's Ashiok looking? Is Ashiok looking intrigued about pies?
He's kind of like side-eyeing the whole situation, but he's not really like saying anything.
Yeah, I think Julian can very much easily. He's got good insight and stuff. He can tell that Traxa's lying. He just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I think Viv doesn't particularly care either. As you know, it's kind of like I don't advise you to eat the pie, or to go overboard and eat, like 7 at once. But at the same time, I think Viv's just like, whatever, Ashiok's fine. Trax is fine. You know, they're obviously. Oh,
Just see it for a while.
Now I'm just combining those two in my head. Like she's gonna have that creepy smile running around with a knife.
Oh god. I think just hearing everybody react this way to like just not caring what happens to another party member, Quinn is like in her head like, fuck, we need to do some bonding activities, and then realizes that the next activity they can do together is carrying a coffin. So
Yay, bonding!
Woo! Everybody here, right team and left team, okay? Uh, well,
God,
since
just trying to think about what Quinn thinks like bonding activities are.
carrying a coffin.
Amazing.
Well, since you have your pie now, we have our food, and everybody's sorted. Why don't we? I guess we, let's go. Let's show this
Take
guy.
this funeral on the road.
Yeah, yeah.
gonna be honest though, more party bonding sounds so super fun. Like, I still think at some point we should do like mini campaigns where it's just like Julian and Viv or Traxa and Quinn. Or...
I do want more party bonding. In character, Julian doesn't give a shit. Me out of character, I do.
Gives a
Yeah.
lot of shit.
I give so much shit.
I mean, I would literally sit on a campaign that Viv or like a day that Viv isn't involved in just to listen to like I don't know like Julian and Ashiok having an adventure together because that just sounds so fun.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay, corpse carrying time.
Corpse carrying time.
Yeah.
Except don't say
Julian's
that
got
in
the violin out.
front. Are you really gonna play the violin?
Well, I don't see what else I'm supposed to be doing.
Close.
I mean, I'd help carry, obviously, but I mean, have you seen my arms? I really don't think this would go very well. You don't really want a third body.
It's fine. I think he's better off playing the violin, Quinn.
Yeah, that's a good call. Is Mark Arena? Are you ready to? Are you ready?
Arena is staying at the mansion. Mark is coming with you, but he wants to make sure that everyone stays at the mansion, because the church is known to be not a particularly safe place. Sometimes.
When you said Mark and Arena, I generally thought you'd said Macarena for a second, and I hate it.
And then Mark says, "Okay, so we're going to do the Macarena as we take the coffin down to the church."
Uh-huh. What was the move again? Do you put your hand like right hand first or left?
So
Right hand.
Oh, cool.
it's an old ritual a dance of mourning in Barovia.
Becoming so cultured. When Arena like says that she's staying, you guys like, is that a good idea that you just stay on your own?
The house is only attacked at night, but
Uh-huh.
the church is not a friendly place anymore. It's better for me to stay here. The people of the town aren't too friendly anyway towards me.
Why is that?
They see me as bad luck. I've attracted the attention of Strahd, and they'd rather he ignored us.
Can you tell us anything more about Strahd?
We don't see much of him, other than sometimes he comes out of his castle. he seems to have taken a liking to me for whatever reason that we can't figure out. But that's his. It's his fault that Barovia is the way it is, but nobody really knows why. But I know.
We have a strong suspicion that we might be here because of him. Without a way to prove it, we've never spoken to the man.
It would be him. He's the only person who can let people in and out.
Why us?
I don't know.
What you
I
seem
don't
to
Perhaps
know.
know.
he's taken a liking to us. Whatever that would mean.
Or maybe he's bored.
That could be true too.
I'll
Do you
say it.
know?
Carry
Do
on.
you know? Do you know anything about the Bastranis?
Not very much. They travel. So occasionally they'll stop in the. Occasionally they'll stop in the town. They're always very welcoming. And I believe the story goes that they did a favor for Strahd a long time ago, and he's been generous with them ever since.
I'm just worried maybe they're doing another one for him now by sending us here. They were the last people that we all interacted with before we ended up here.
It's possible, but you would have to take that up with them. They haven't told us anything. They don't. They're very welcoming, but if they had any plans, they didn't share them with anyone outside of them.
If you think you're safe here and you're happy enough for us to bring your father to the church, then I guess that's what we're doing.
She nods and says, "Don't take too long. I think we should leave today." I'm gonna take a little bathroom break before we carry a coffin through the streets. So I'll be back in a minute.
Ditto.
I'm gonna grab some water because I'm dehydrated.
that a burp?
Sorry, my partner just burped. I just saw it come up on my Discord. Oh god. Sorry.
I don't need to apologize. It's funny.
I'm just gonna, in future, if I burp, I'm just endlessly gonna blame it on them.
Cruel. Mean.
Is it still so warm?
It's roasting. I finally opened the windows. I feel like earlier it was like just making it warmer having the windows open.
Yeah, I've got a little fan that's somewhat making it better, but it's just still so warm.
I don't know why I'm gonna sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Do you have fans?
I have like a fan and that's it. I know my flatmate has a fan and I'm like, are they here? I think I'm here by myself and I'm like, can I also steal her fan?
Maybe ask.
I forgot we have phones.
That way it's not like bad. Because I mean, your friend could say no, but like, why would they? Unless they're a horrible person that likes Sophie to melt.
They hate me. I'm a rubbish flatmate. Also, is that all of us back now, or are we still waiting?
If you're still in the bathroom, say something.
I don't know. Nobody's muted anymore, but
Yeah. Roll call.
Yeah.
I think that's everyone.
sure. Sure, it's fine.
The pain of being online and not in person. Like, is everybody here?
Okay, here's an idea.
If you don't react to this, you will be killed.
No.
Thumbs up if you're back. Okay. Well, there we go. We've got everyone. Unless somebody managed to react twice. Okay. So you are now carrying the coffin, Graham and Ash. The rest of you are following behind, with Julian playing something on the violin.
Some beautiful funeral dirge. Oh, I should have just seen if I could find some terrible pop song that I could claim he was playing.
Totally not wet ass pussy bard chord.
Absolutely not.
You just
Oh,
play
no,
the.
this is the only appropriate moment for him to be playing Sufjan Stevens. He's clearly playing like 4th of July or something.
Simir Pulaski Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Ash is already depressed and he's just gonna start fucking crying.
God.
Um,
Everyone's like temperament just goes down to like.
It's mournful, sad.
They're like, oh yeah, might as well eat the pies now.
Yeah!
That's
Pie will
the
cheer you
trend.
up.
Something
Traxa's
I
become a
just
pie
wanna say,
dealer.
one of Julian's Bard College features is that he actually has like a negative bardic inspiration, which is called like unsettling words, which like gives you like a debuff, and it's just like his song is so sad, but it's just given you all like negative inspiration.
Dang it, Julie.
as you go through the streets, the music is loud enough that people kind of look outside their houses,
Ah,
and some of
shit.
them look out and kind of open the doors. Quite a lot of them open their doors, and some of them look quite genuinely quite sad. This was essentially the mayor of the town. Some of them look kind of scoff as you go past. Like they didn't quite think that it was appropriate. But it does call a lot of people. But you're just watched, and you make it successfully. You make it to the church without any problems. Yeah. Oh, took me way too long to get. Yeah. And you arrive at the church. It's very messy. It's on a slight rise, and towering over it is a castle. A huge castle. I think you've probably noticed it a couple of times. A big dark castle. And at the roots of it is this church, and it's grey and sagging, and it's weathered the assaults of evil for a long time. There's a bell tower toward the back, and it's not a very happy place. You don't see anyone outside, and there. Yeah. So it's it looks like you'll have to go inside to find someone to help.
Well, Julian, off you go.
Song's over.
This is his job. This is the only work you'll ever get him to do.
Well, they said they weren't the friendliest bunch. I don't know if Irina meant just to her or to anyone, but
I wouldn't mind if someone wanted to possibly come with.
do I look like the sort of person that a bunch of holy men appreciate seeing?
I mean, I'm not really sure if they'd appreciate seeing me much either, so we're in this together, huh?
Fine, I'll come with.
Alright.
I think I'll tag along behind them as well.
Ah, nice.
You can bribe them with food, so
I just don't want to be near the corpse.
Okay.
Stood holding it.
Traxa's afraid she'll get a bit snackish if she's near the corpse for too long.
Yeah, starting to look like pie. I'm hungry again. It's been like 20 minutes.
Okay, so when you approach the doors of the church, you notice they're covered in claw marks, and they seem to be scarred by fire. And they're shut, but they do open, and they reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall, and it's a brightly lit chapel. But the hall itself is unlit, and it smells quite old and mildewy. There's 4 doors, 2 on each side, and ahead you can see through to the chapel, which is there's debris everywhere, and you hear a soft voice from inside reciting prayer, and then that prayer is blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises up from underneath the floor.
I think at that point, June immediately turns around and yells at Quinn and Ashy, like, could use some backup.
Fuck. Gently puts the coffin down, but quick.
Ashley drops it off his shoulder.
Oh shit! Fuck! Oh god.
What role is this? Make a
Quinn dexterity roll.
dexterity from Quinn.
Another dex. God damn. Let me see. I love how I like went to get my stats and I know it's a +0. I rolled a 1. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
So 1
No.
The coffin crashes to the ground and it kind of breaks open and the body rolls out.
Oh no!
No.
Fuck. Okay, that's
Is-
not all on me.
Is Mark here?
So I agree with you.
Yikes.
He is, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a
Ismark
command, like,
is-
is Mark here? Like, come here, boy.
The endless opportunities to make fun of Ismark's name.
Shit.
Is
Quinn
he
tried
angry?
to hold it up.
I think he's shocked, but not angry.
We'll just say, come on, man, get inside. We can fix that later. But
Ash
no.
quickly just like you know how you like shove an ice cube under the fridge with your foot? Yeah, he does the equivalent with like the burgomaster's corpse. Just kind of like back into the wooden box.
Ismark is still shocked, and he's kind of got a bit of a tear in his eye now because, like, you're being pretty rough with his father's body. And he says, I'll deal with that. Go sort out what's happening now.
Yeah, Asher
Yeah.
quickly disappears into the church before he can even finish like saying that.
Yep, sorry. And just goes as well to the church.
I mean, I don't know if it was an emergency enough as that, but there was a scream. An inhuman one?
An inhuman scream. I mean, okay, right. Takes out a weapon still, because inhuman scream.
Are you sure it wasn't just like a coyote? Or a fox or something?
Squirrel.
I would also like to maybe point out the door, which looks like it's seen some better days, and the fact that this place looks like a shithole, and I imagine it did not so beforehand. I think that might be something going on here that some attention could be required.
Yeah. I think we just gotta go in. The longer we leave it, the more something's gonna happen.
All right then, let's go.
Yeah. It heads forward.
Yeah, I'm rather sick of dealing with holy man. Can we just leave him to die and just cremate this man's body?
I think Quinn just grabs Vivian's shoulder and like pulls her along with her, like as they're walking in towards the thing.
So the chapel, when you reach it, is a mess. There's the pews all broken and overturned. There's candles everywhere lit and lighting every kind of corner to get rid of any shadows in the chapel. At the far end of the room, there's an altar with claws scarring it. And behind it, you see a priest in soiled vestments. And there's a long rope next to him that stretches up into the bell tower.
When you say soiled, do you mean he pissed and shit himself?
I think he just hasn't washed in a while. I mean, he both pissed and shit himself.
Okay, can we smell whether it's piss and shit?
It smells bad. Just
Whatever it is.
generally. Something smells bad.
Whatever it is, it's
Yeah.
Make a perception check for piss and shit.
You can do it if you want.
Do you know what? I won't.
Yeah, I decided that Julian doesn't want to know.
um, and then from beneath the chapel floor, you hear a young man's voice cry out, "Father, I'm starving!" And the priest doesn't do anything. He just carries on praying.
Does the sound, is it coming from the same place that the inhuman scream came from?
It is.
This sounds like a job for Pie.
Did he say he was starving, or what was happening?
Yeah, he said he was starving.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if this is related, but I said I heard an inhuman scream. That is from the same place that this other person is. And I don't know about you, but these things may be related. I'm not sure whether this is an actual young person in a bad time, or whether it's something pretending to be a young person having a bad time. And both of these are bad, let's be honest, given the church. Either could be possible.
Yeah. Both of those are fucking horrible. Did you say someone was hanging from the bell tower?
No, there's a rope.
Oh, there's the okay. We'll make
Sir? Father?
It's not a public execution kind of town.
Not that you know.
yeah.
Can you hear us?
He looks up and he says, I apologise. I'll be out in a moment." And he goes back to praying for a little bit.
Did you hear about the sounds in the floor? Should someone
Yes.
deal with that?
It's okay. He won't die. He's it's for his best. It's for the best.
What's for the best?
Well, my son is he's sick, and well, to keep everyone and himself safe, he has to stay down there.
Sick in what way?
I'm not sure I need to answer that. I'm not going to tell strangers. How can I help you?
Well, I mean, we're quite capable people. I mean, if you tell us what's wrong, we might be able to find some way of dealing with his affliction.
Make a persuasion check.
Yes.
Sweet.
One sec. Again, the anything lower than a 10 counts as a 10, so that's 22.
Yeah. So you basically can't fail.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
Okay. He says, suppose this is the best chance. This is the first time someone's offered to help. It's my son was turned by Strahd a little over a year ago. And he's well, I can't exactly let him go around killing people, so he'd have to, and I'm not going to kill him, so he's just down there. Eventually, he'll get better. Eventually,
Turned as in what?
he's one of them now. He feeds on people. He drinks blood, or he wants to drink blood.
He's a vampire.
Yes, although under the control of Strahd.
Can he drink animal blood?
So, I don't think it's. I wouldn't want to encourage the behaviour, so I've been feeding him human food because it'll help. It'll help.
I'm sorry, but I don't think you can cure vampirism purely by feeding someone roast turkey.
The gods will hear my prayers and they'll bring my son back to me, as he was a human again.
Have you been praying for a year?
Yes, but I have to show my devotion. I'm sure they'll help.
I don't. Call me a cynic, but I can't imagine your gods are gonna get in contact anytime soon. No offense.
Well, we're going to have to agree to disagree there.
Well, I mean, I can. It's hardly seemed to work so far, has it?
Well, do you have any other ideas to bring my son back as himself?
Would any of our characters know anything about curing vampirism? Like, doesn't mean we necessarily know it and are like familiar with it, but would any of us be aware of like rumors or tried and tested methods on curing it, or is it seen as something that's sort of beyond?
So make a history check.
Favorite 21. Favorite kind of check for a reason.
Okay. So you don't know for certain, because I don't think, unless I've missed something, you haven't spent much time around vampires.
Viv has experience with vampires,
Okay.
but
You should send me the backstory at some point because I don't know your backstory.
I'm sorry.
If you have a good amount of experience with vampires, you know that.
Not like endless. Not like Viv isn't a vampire expert, but she has like
Thanks for the follow, blood
unpleasant
arousal.
experiences with vampires. She knew one person. I'll let that.
I think you have an idea that they can't be turned human again. You don't know for certain, but you strongly suspect.
Yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes.
I think I'd probably be right in saying that that's probably something Julian would know as well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So those of you who know about vampires would know that it's unlikely. Well, you don't know of any ways of turning a vampire.
I'm sorry, sir, but vampirism isn't exactly well known for its success rate in freeing people. I mean, I've
Well-
heard all sorts of folk remedies. You know, stuff a rooster's head with garlic and burn it and toss the ashes into a river. I've heard, you know, sprinkle silver dust upon curdled milk, mix it with taramin and drink the remains. But I'm sorry, I'm not an expert, but I would say the outlook does not look good for your son.
You're a stranger. What do you know? And he's getting quite angry now. But the gods can do anything. How dare you?
Well, they don't seem to have done anything so far, so
They're testing my faith. You'll be fine.
That's some cruel god you got if that's what they do to you.
The gods aren't known for being particularly friendly.
What
Then-
gods is it you're praying to right now?
Not someone. Damn it. I should know this.
Yeah,
Um,
no question.
To randomgodgenerator.com.
say all of them. All of them.
Oh, wow, it actually exists. Just, I need one for D&D, not real life.
I know it's some kind of sun god.
Random god in
Paylor.
real life.
Could be Paylor.
That's the only one I know, and I will always use that one.
Yeah, we'll go with that until I can find the actual one. He worships a sun god.
All right.
So kind of the opposite of like Strahd's vibe.
Yeah.
I think
I feel
You could leave your son out in the sun for a few days, but if you wanted to cure him of life or unlife, I suppose.
How dare you? Did you come here for my help or not? I don't want people sticking their nose in my business if you're not going to suggest any actual solutions.
Well, you could accept your son for the changes that he's going through and maybe support his new lifestyle. That's what a caring father would usually do. You know, when the son says that he's going through some changes in life and has realized things about himself, we'd usually want to support that child. I don't know.
Being vampirism as as an analogy for the trans experience. the god of morning glory.
Bad god name. I feel like I should rename the god.
Let's say in this setting he is a god of the sun. To spare Alice the humiliation.
I'm going to call it the morning one.
I just imagine that the god, when it comes down to like talk to people, is the creepy little sun emoji from like iPhones. It's like, I'm here in a form you can understand. It's like, fuck that.
Nope, I do not want to perceive this form.
I'm just imagining the like sun baby from Teletubbies.
Yeah.
That's the same blasphemy through the sun baby.
Type. God, it's terrifying.
Eldritch deity.
And the priest kind of stands up. I think he's kind of sick of being told that the only way for his son to be cured is death. And he stands up and says, "Well, you wanted my help. Let's just get it done." And he walks out of the chapel.
I will say I said all of the stuff about like fathers should accept their sons in character. That's not just a joke.
Hmm. I think. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I think at the time I was looking up the god and I didn't hear that bit.
Important character moment.
Yeah, there's like a whole amazing speech, and you're like, "Fuck it, Teletubbies."
Okay. I think to that he says, well, I can accept him as he is, but at the moment, if I release him, he will kill a lot of people.
Has he killed people before?
Yes. When he first returned, he was out of control. I've done the only thing I can.
You should just accept him as he is.
A kill.
We've
Nothing
all
else.
killed people.
What? In character or not?
I think she says that in character. She's still thinking about the blood and just trying to like chime in to help, and is bad at it.
To that he says, we most certainly are not.
I think what people are trying to say is, none of us are perfect, but also there are ways for his kind to survive in a less homicidal way. I'm sure there's plenty like his who aren't of the more homicidal nature.
He will be killed of his darkness. He is unpure.
Well, that's quite an unkind way to describe your own son.
And you haven't tried anything else, like the animal blood, or I don't know, finding another way to get that to him?
I didn't want to encourage anything that might make it worse. So
And at this point, as we say, unfortunately, you rather have to accept his nature rather than trying to change him, and maybe trying to find ways of working with it might mean that you can still have your son and have a relationship with him. And perhaps trying something like animal blood might be a good solution.
I will not watch my son become a crazed animal.
I think you already have. The only thing that you can do.
This guy's definitely not going to conduct funeral rites for us, is he?
We find something else we care about more. The only thing you can do now is either keep him alive and torture him, or try to help him, because he's changed.
My prayers will help. The god will see. He'll help.
He'll help, huh?
What was the god's name? Morningwood?
God. And on the
It's
third
the morning lord. I think I will not let you hurt my son.
Well,
Yeah, only you can do that. It seems.
I happen to have an attunement to a different god myself. Maybe if you let us see your son, see if he is in any savable state, maybe she could help.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion check. Okay. Okay. 16 plus 22.
Okay. Yeah. He says, I will allow you to see him if you are going to to pray for him. You may go down and see.
Can, can my friends come with me?
It's probably for the best. He's quite dangerous.
Great.
What's the young man's name?
Doran. I'll put that in here. And he kind of points you to a door down to the basement, and says he's down there. Just make sure he doesn't get out.
We'll make sure of it. Okay, gonna head down.
I think just on the way, I'm just gonna give Quinn a little tap on the shoulder and just be like, you gonna be alright with this? Sorry,
Maybe
I don't know if you can hear the banging that's going on right now.
the fireworks.
It's very pretty. I'm very distracted right now. Sorry, it's very, very nice. It's kind of slightly spoiling the mood. if I'm
Yeah.
honest.
It's a weird
yeah.
conversion technique that he has for his child, just shooting fireworks off all of them.
That's how they pray. There's a firework I know called the Morning Glory, so it's close to Morning Lord.
Actually, you know, I'm just gonna mute for a little bit.
Okay.
What are they celebrating?
Yeah, what's the fireworks for? Great. I had a band, you had fireworks.
Well, since I moved to Sheffield, I've noticed that there doesn't actually have to be an obvious celebration for people setting off fireworks. I've had people set fireworks off at like fucking 12 in the afternoon. You can't even see it.
Yeah, I don't know why people do that unless it's an accident.
In fact, I've mentioned it on a video game chat, and there's been someone else in Sheffield that has corroborated, and they've said, "Oh my god, yeah, it's so annoying." So seems to be a bit of a reoccurring issue.
Okay, I think they just did the big finale.
Cool.
I think you might be good. Sorry.
What was it that Julian asked before the fireworks?
Sorry. Yeah, June just gives Quinn a little like tap on the shoulder and just gives her a little squeeze and just like, hey,
Mm.
gonna be all right with this?
Going down and talking to someone Strahd turned.
Yeah, I guess it's something that's maybe been a while since you've had any kind of experience with, so.
I think, once something like that happens, it happens, and you can never go back. That's why I steered clear from it. Too much of a commitment.
Mm.
But with speeches like yours, I'm sure we'll be fine talking to him.
Well, do our best. Although if I'm honest, I'm not sure I've had much experience with someone who's gone that deep into it, so I guess we'll see how this goes.
Suppose so. I got us down there. Now you can do the talking.
All right then.
Hmm.
We're gonna
Think you
keep
did-
going down.
Yeah.
So the basement is it's very basic. Like the floor is just dirt. There's rotting wooden pillars seem to be straining, and you get a little bit of light from the candles in the chapel above, enough that you can see a gourd shape in the far corner.
Doru? Is that you?
Have you come to feed me?
Not, not quite, I'm afraid, but we are here to have a talk with you. Might have been a while since you've heard a friendly voice.
I need food. Please.
How long have you been down here without anything?
I I don't know. I can't remember. I'm so hungry.
I know. I know it must be terribly hard at this point when you haven't been given anything for such a long time. It's a deep cruelty, truly, that your father has kept you down here like this.
Are you going to help me? Can you get me food?
I think we can try, but the tricky part is trying to get past your father, who appears to be rather unaccepting of the changes that you have been through.
I don't care about him. Just get me food.
Snack on your father if you want.
That's not a terrible idea, but we do unfortunately need him to do a funeral service so that we can get some woman to go to another town, and so that we can. Why were we doing all that again? Never mind. I'm sure we had our reasons. Listen, I think your father, he needs some time to come round. It can take people a while. But I think if you can show him that you're not a ravenous beast, and that you are just a man who has different needs from everyone else, then perhaps he can grow to accept you.
I don't care about him. I'm so hungry.
Or if you weren't kept down here and deprived of food, do you still think you would be ravenous?
Sorry, say that again.
Like if you hadn't been down here and deprived of food, would you be just as ravenous?
I wasn't always this hungry, if that's what you mean. I just haven't eaten in so long.
It's more that your father told us about what happened when you first got turned. I want to know if that would happen again.
Make a perception check.
Perception. Where is that? There it is.
I mean, if he's too ravenous, he's probably just going to say anything he wants to.
15 perception.
Okay. He's kind of stood up at this point. And I think with a 15, you notice that he's kind of itching towards the door. And he says, I was hungry and I didn't have a choice. I don't have a choice. I need food. And he's inching his way towards the exit.
Ashok has been standing in the doorway, kind of like blocking the doorway,
Yeah.
like arms sort of folded the whole time. So
Okay.
Can Quinn do an insight check as well? Just
An insight check.
yeah, just with him saying like, "Oh, it's because like I was that hungry." You know what I mean? Like, does he care that he's done that, or yeah?
Yeah, make a check.
17.
Okay. He seems to be telling the truth.
Okay.
I did a secret roll, by the way. Just so you know, I did a deception or a persuasion roll.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he seems to be telling the truth. as he gets kind of closer to the door, he says, "I can smell your blood," and goes to attack Ash. How does surprise attacks work? How do I know if it's a surprise attack?
I mean, I will say, I think most of us probably feel quite suspicious of him.
like
That's true. You're probably expecting to be
I don't
attacked.
know. Well, I have danger sense anyway, so I'm not sure if that has like something to do with it.
Okay.
Maybe not. It says I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that I can see. So,
Okay.
is that like an attack?
Yeah. I think because you're probably keeping an eye on him, it's not going to be a surprise attack.
Yeah, I think it's written as just anyone who doesn't notice a threat is surprised. So I think danger sense, as long as they're in front of you, you can't be surprised by it because you'll see that it's a threat. But kind of depends on how
I
it's
think
written.
if like Ashley was actively anticipating this to happen, it seems
Yeah.
like they can be surprised, I guess.
Okay. So, do I do it now, or do we do it in the next session?
I'm
Getting
okay
into
to
a
go
fight.
now.
Yeah, I'm free as well. Just I can stop if people want, but I'm free too.
Yeah, I'm free. Hell
I
yeah.
am also free.
Sweet.
I've got quite a lot to do tomorrow.
Wow.
So I was planning on going to bed early. So I might say leave it there just because fights can last like an hour sometimes.
Yeah. No, that's
You can
cool.
make him super weak.
Yeah, he's a
He
wimp.
has one
Yeah,
hit
he's been starved for how long?
point.
He goes
It's
to
just
bite.
like a one punch man him.
Well, it is a dramatic moment to freeze on as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very, very important. So like as soon as he like goes to attack, June just goes, "I'm so disappointed in you."
I was about to just feed him.
Dream ties.
Like, I have blood, it replenishes.
I mean, I don't think. I can't imagine he'd enjoy feasting on most people in the party.
Speak for yourself. Me and Quinn have muscles.
Yeah, we are okay.
We're juicy.
Hell yeah. Look, Quinn drops to 0 hit points, she'll come up with 1. It's totally fine.
Right. I'm gonna head off.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Right.
No, good.
Cool. Until next time, then.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for the
So
session.
is the next sesh is one shot, and then the one after that is back to main campaign.
Okay, we're gonna be planning
Uh,
here for a second for the next
yeah.
one, so I'll just end the
What
stream
was
now.
the-
Thanks for coming out and
When's the
watching.
next
Thanks for the follow blood
sesh?
arousal during this. We'll figure out when the next
8th,
one
I
is,
think?
and it'll be posted on
Because
the
I am
Discord.
actually free
Thanks.
now,
Have a
so
good night.
I
Good night.
can.
Good afternoon. Whatever. Bye.